Hello, fellow valiant servants of the Emperor. I have painted a Space Marine, but it took me a long time, and one Space Marine is not going to do it with the challenge we have facing us. I need to paint some more, and quickly. While I was painting this Marine, I tested out this one. I like some of the things about this paint scheme, but they don't match, they don't look like a company, and so I'm going to attempt to transform this Space Marine into one that looks like this. For this task, I'm giving myself 2 hours. Alright, so to be able to emulate the painted mini on this other mini in the time that I'm giving myself, I tried to match the Cantor blue that I used with my first mini with the Krylon matte ink blue. And so that I can go efficiently forward, I'm going to try to lay out my paints in the order that I'll use them, starting with Rust Gray, then Fenrisian Gray, with white to get the highest highlights, followed by Rhinox Hide on all of the areas that will be gold or red, then Mournfang Brown, Averland Sunset, and Demonic Yellow. We'll also need to use white to get to the high highlights for all of the NMM gold. And finally, Corn Red, which will actually be over a base of Rhinox Hide. So when I paint the Rhinox Hide, I will be doing the whole pauldrons and the body of the gun and chainsword. And then for highlights on the pauldrons, Jokero Orange. We'll also mix in some Demonic Yellow and Matte White. And finally, finishing up with Abaddon Black and Matte White. And that should do it. Mollog is looking on. How did it go? Did I paint a battle brother for my Space Wolf? Well, there are several strategies I could have used to increase my efficiency that I did not employ this time through, and there were shortcomings that I feel are not quite acceptable even for tabletop play. I will try to pair them, although there might not be a direct solution, as an increase in efficiency in one area will free up time to pay more attention to other details. First, paint choice and coverage. I could have primed with a lighter color, which would have resulted in a better overall match. This is the biggest efficiency with this model, especially in the helmet area. I could have covered more of the model with rust gray to fix this problem, but that would have meant a lot more time with the brush and would have left my shadows too light. Second, I could have used a wash to deepen the shadows, potentially fixing the problem I expect from a lighter undercoat and adding a quick gradient, freeing up some of my time for other details. I don't like washes, but that is probably because I lack the skill to use them well. It's time to add washes to the learning list. Third, the wet palette allows for mixing and blending without requiring a dip back into the paint pots, because all blends used are always present on the palette. I could have painted smoother transitions if I had painted each section to completion before moving on. This would solve the problem of missing layers and even entire missed sections that resulted in jarring transitions. Fourth, this is the solution I call the coffee, brush, handle, posture, time solution. I was shaky, especially in the first hour. I'm not sure, but my coffee intake could have been a part of it. Nerves from the big red clock in front of me certainly was a factor. The handle, a glued cork, fell off and made it harder to hold the Mini. And I was seated a little too high above the work surface, so I couldn't rest my arms on the surface to stabilize them. Finally, I tried to use a large brush for everything in order to get the paint on fast, but that meant I had to be even more careful and was more likely to hit finished parts with the back of the brush. Next time, less coffee, no ticking clock, shorter stool, better glue on the handle, and a smaller brush. I am not satisfied with this mini and will need to repair or finish it before I continue. I completely missed the purity seal, the gold symbol on the left arm, the chainsword teeth, and the designs on the pauldrons. I think I could get closer to the results I want if I make the changes I mentioned, but I also think that speed painting and the expectations a lot of us have from watching exceptional painters churning out exceptional minis in brief flurries of choreographed virtue is an unreasonable expectation for most of us. It certainly is for me at this moment. Who knows? Perhaps someday I too will be an exceptional speed demon. Now, time for more practice. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your valor.